Welcome back to Nobody's Safe. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. And I don't know if anybody's going to be safe today. This is liable to be a bit of a crazy deal. I'm your host, Jason Watkins, back with Nobody's Safe, and my frenemy, fantasy football guru, pisser offer of all people on TikTok, Bryce Pinson.
You know who wasn't safe today?
Bryce Pinson was not safe today. Unsafe.
Or Lamar Jackson.
Right. Oh, yeah.
No one was safe today.
Poor Lamar Jackson. Poor Lamar. Poor Lamar and his $40 million on the way, his Heisman Trophy, his MVP award. What the fuck did that happen?
Okay. That he did without throwing the ball.
He did without throwing the football. Okay. So today's show, folks, is going to be about we are working on some of Bryce's fantasy football rankings. If you have been following him on TikTok, he has released his top 15 receivers, his top
15
running backs as well. You've got them all in. I guess you hadn't gotten to tight end yet. So that would be one of the next things. And then, of course, the quarterbacks. That is what we're going to work on today, is his top 15 quarterbacks. And now what I would tell you is that while you'll be getting a lot of what I think in terms of regular football and how I would bet it, Bryce is going to have to, we have to rank these in how many points they're going to get. There's going to be a difference in that. And this.
Hey, everybody. If you enjoy what you see, don't forget to hit the like button. Like and subscribe.
Anyway. So.
I mean, just speaking of reality.
Yeah, listen. And Bryce, why don't you give us a little rundown of, okay, what is your, because we want everybody to be paying attention to what you're doing. So what is your feeling about what you need to do as a fantasy GM? What are you looking to do?
Okay. So a couple things I'm looking to do. One, when we're talking quarterbacks, we're going to rank them. There's no doubt. We're going to rank them. We're going to give every one of them a number. And I usually don't give everyone a number. Like sometimes I just eliminate a player and say, I'm not drafting him. I'd rather lose than have this guy on my team. That happens. However, we're going to give everyone a number, and you have to know when to rank them, when you're going to want to draft them. But what I'm going to say about quarterbacks is you're not going to take one till after round 9, period.
Okay.
So a lot of these guys that we have at the top, I know they're probably never going to make it to my team.
Right.
And that's okay. But that's why we got to put a number on all of them
too, correct?
Absolutely. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to draft at least one quarterback on my team. And I know some of y'all, that blows your mind up when you think about fantasy sports, because you're like, I got to have 2. I got to have a backup. What happens if he gets hurt? Everyone in my league, Jason, everyone in my league knows that the waiver wire is my bench. I'll use all those guys to beat you.
Right.
Especially at quarterback.
So,
I have one on my team.
Would that hurt
I'll use those guys
in
to
a
beat
case
you.
I was in a league last year where they had a transaction limit.
That would hurt me. If there's a transaction limit, you might want to draft 2. You do want to draft 2 for sure.
Right. Okay. So that would change.
Get out of that league.
Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, it would change up but that would change up your strategy, obviously. But and again, I think that's what I was getting at is there's a strategy to this that isn't necessarily the same as winning the Super Bowl. If you're running an actual team, because the points are different. It's just a different deal.
However, Jake, here's the deal. This is a fact, man. And this is where your input, like I'm not doing this for fun just because you don't consider yourself knowing about fantasy football.
This has been a while since I've really played it. It's been a while since I've played it. So it's, I did it last year.
But you have eyeballs. You have eyeballs.
Sure.
The number one factor of my fantasy rankings is what I see on the field, watching highlights, watching film, watching anything I can. That's the factor.
Right.
Now, there are some outliers that go along with that. We'll get into that later, I'm sure.
Right.
But for the most part, it comes down to what do your eyes see?
Okay.
Because that's who you want.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get it. So looking at your top 15, by the way, so today I jump on TikTok. I jump on TikTok earlier today, and this is before I hadn't even talked to Bryce yet. And it's kind of a weird deal, but I look on there and I'm seeing this video, and the next thing I see that he's going back and forth with, and the comments are blowing up. Now, again, Bryce is on TikTok as fantasy sports _ Bryce. It's fantasy sports with Bryce. He is a Ravens fan, for the record.
I know you keep saying that. I hate the Ravens now because of Lamar. I'm not really a fan of anybody.
Okay.
But it used to be the Ravens.
Okay, well,
I freaking
yeah. Listen,
Lamar
you were talking the other day about how bad you hated the Steelers. So
I still hate the Steelers. I like. I still hate the Steelers.
Okay.
Doesn't mean I'm necessarily a Ravens fan. I freaking hate the Steelers.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah.
Just like I hate Oklahoma.
Listen, watch that shit. Okay. All right. No. And look, to be fair, and before I get into this, just so we know, if you guys are actually getting on like Twitter and shit like that, you'll actually see us getting fiery, or at least me on Twitter. I haven't really got there on TikTok yet because I hadn't done a ton of stuff on TikTok.
You got there today.
I got there today. Yeah, I was pissed off. I was like, fuck these guys. They were like attacking my boy here. They're attacking my boy. I can't have it. And I'm like, oh, no. The guy, and listen,
and their eyes, they could see it.
So Jason. Here's the beauty of it, because he couldn't hit the broadside of a fucking barn, so it doesn't really matter. The beauty of this is, okay, so essentially, and look, I know that, but let me qualify this whole thing first and foremost. Lamar Jackson is a Heisman Trophy winner. He has won the NFL MVP. How the hell that happened, I'm not really sure. But he had 36 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. My thing would be, I mean, he can throw it deep, and Marquise Brown can go run underneath it. Somebody like that. Well, of course, not now. But
timeout. And not necessarily. He can if you got 8 guys in the box trying to stop the run.
Correct. Because that's the number
everyone's
one
open.
What I would tell you is if there's an argument for him and for players like him, that listen, I've often felt like, especially and you are one of these people that I feel like this about, that you want them, and I kind of do too. You want them to be so good at passing that you think they suck if they're not Peyton Manning. Okay. I don't. Okay. I don't think that. Now, I don't think that you're Peyton Manning if you're not Peyton Manning, but I don't think that you cannot succeed in the NFL. I believe that there's other ways. And having the ability that Lamar Jackson has, because if you look at this guy, he is so fast and so quick that he can do.
He's succeeding.
He is succeeding. We can look and see that the numbers are changing and they're not winning like they were that year. We'll see what happens this year, but I don't see people really getting healthier, to be quite honest with you. Generally speaking, they don't in the NFL. When they start getting hurt, they continue to get hurt. Particularly
unless you're Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. I mean, look, listen, that's a cyborg we're talking about, bro. We're talking about a cyborg. We're not talking human anymore. Adrian Peterson is one of the greatest athletes to ever play the game of football.
Here, how about we do this, Jason? While you're playing that video, we can just talk.
Yeah.
We'll just talk about this. It's probably already been playing at this point because you'll put it on the podcast.
It's not. I haven't started sharing because I haven't.
As it's playing, all we can say is while this video is playing, just count the number of targets this man hits. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to see Kirk Cousins after that. We don't even have to talk about Kirk Cousins. Just watch it. And then watch Jarvis.
Yeah, so there's
Landry.
Jarvis Landry. I recorded Jarvis, and then I recorded Davante Adams. And then I quit recording it. So Russ came up after that, and Russ did pretty good too. So, but I wasn't recording it anymore.
Absolutely.
And so, listen, what I would tell you is that here's the deal. I don't believe that you can win Super Bowls just running as a quarterback. I think that those days are over with. I think that they were over with in the 60s. I think that you have to throw the football to win. And I think that the more that you have to, because I know what you're talking about with Harbaugh, and that's why it's worked with that defensive with that offensive coordinator. because that's the same dude that was with Colin Kaepernick at San Francisco and Harbaugh.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. So, well, I'll tell you this.
I did not like that guy as a freaking, as a coordinator.
I don't hate him.
I think
they're brilliant for what they've done for Lamar.
I know that when we start getting into passing game, they're not going to want him around anymore. If they're going to put in a guy like Huntley,
oh no,
because we know Huntley can throw.
Yeah,
you need a more dynamic approach, and he don't have that. He does not have that.
Jason, I love Tyler Huntley. I said that before. I'll move on from that, but yeah, like what we're talking about, we said off the air. I was telling Jason, I think that Harbaugh is one of the most brilliant, probably like top 3 best coaches in the National Football League, just based upon what he did with Lamar.
So let's a little backstory on this. So I get on TikTok and I'm looking at this, and the more I watched the video and what he was talking about, and I kind of agreed, but all of a sudden I'm seeing these exchanges that's going on now. And then I moved away from it for a second, and I get a call from him, and it went from, what was it, 60 views to like 800 views
to 600. Yeah, 800,
in like an hour.
600, 800 real quick. And then we got off the phone, it was at 2,000.
Yeah, and then the next thing I looked on there was 9,000 views. And I get back on there, and the fucking chat room was full. It was full. There were, as quick
Throwing
as
daggers.
You could freaking like scroll, there was more. It was just populating. That's one of the craziest things I think I've ever seen.
It doesn't surprise me. So I wrote an article one time on Fansided. I wrote an article about Lamar the day he got drafted. And dude, I'll tell you one thing about Lamar Jackson. If you say a negative thing about him, he may not defend it. Now, he's not going to defend it with his arm, however. But his fans, he has so many fans, bro. You are going to be under attack. People love this guy, and they believe he can throw. They're like, oh, well, he was probably lit. He was partying. Bro, this guy has heard his whole NFL career
like
that
how
he can't throw.
It's like how he's
going to show up at the Pro Bowl.
When he was in high school. He got away with everything, right? You know how it is. You remember being a football player in high school in Lovington, and they let you do whatever the hell you wanted. You know that.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is do you really think he finally had an opportunity to prove everybody wrong? And he hit 2 targets.
But listen,
for 2 points.
You know why he did
Jarvis
that?
Landry
you know
had
why
4.
he did that? I'm gonna tell you, because he knew he was about to be MVP that year. Even watch, folks. You're not going to be able to hear this on the video. So what you need to do is you need to go on to Precision Passing 2020 at the Pro Bowl. So if you go on there, you can watch it and see it and hear.
Or go to my Twitch.
Yeah, sure.
Go to my TikTok.
Watch it there.
You can watch it there too.
Absolutely. Yeah, do that. You can that'll help our algorithm. Do that instead. But what you'll hear is the announcers are literally really, really wanting to make excuses for Lamar Jackson being shitty. And he was shitty. I mean,
he's going to win the MVP. It's 30 seconds in, and we haven't hit a target.
Hit a target for 45 seconds. I'm pretty sure. So listen, and again, I'm going to tell you that I don't believe that you have to be Peyton Manning with accuracy or Drew Brees with accuracy. I don't. I think that gunslinger mentality, running it around a while, it's the reason that I like Baker a lot more than you do. Baker is a better out-of-the-pocket guy, and I don't like coaches like Stefanski that want to stick you in their little system the way they want you to do it. I think that you are better off. The reason that I think that Lincoln Riley is a great offensive coach is because he doesn't try to do that shit. He took a spread, the air raid spread is at that he learned from Mike Leach, and he made that into the best running back friendly system in college football. Okay, they run the hell out of the ball. They will run the hell out of the ball at SC. Watch. They will run the hell out of the ball. And that is what made Lincoln most sought after than Leach and any of these other red air raid dudes. Nobody was beating down Cliff Kingsbury's door to get that damn job. Nobody, believe me. And that's what I'm saying is that there has to be a dual element to it no matter what. So whether it's your quarterback doing that or it's you got running backs, however it is, the reason that we were talking about Jalen Hurts the other night, you know why he had a good season his senior year and why he was able to have over 3,000 yards passing? I'll tell you why. Because he knew, I'm going to throw no more than 15 yards with this guy, and I'm going to let him run his ass off as long as he needs to, because we're going to get yards that way, and it's going to keep guys out of the box. They're not going to be able to do that.
And that's what makes a good coach, man. You take what you got and you take everything out of it. If the guy's a good runner, you let him run. If he's a good, like, that's what I love about Harbaugh too. Everyone's like, quarterback slide. Lamar don't slide.
Right.
And they don't ask him to.
No.
Run the ball.
No, listen, and you know what?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't
if you
think
get hurt,
that's one thing that I've noticed is that you don't see Harbaugh saying, "No, I don't want him running like that." Generally speaking, these guys don't want to do that to their quarterbacks. I mean, if you're a Chiefs fan, you don't want Patrick Mahomes running the ball around. You do not, because that's not his best thing. I mean, can he run a little bit? Sure, but he's got a freaking arm cannon.
Yes.
You know, you don't.
I want to say one more thing. One more thing about this real quick. So now with him wanting $40 million, so Lamar wants $40 million. Let's say he gets $40 million. Let's say he gets paid like an MVP quarterback. What does that do to your roster, man? Now all of a sudden you got to pay Lamar. You can't pay. You no longer have the best defense in the league. You don't have these corners that are just crazy good. You know, you can't pay everybody. And now all of a sudden, like, all I'm trying to say is, could he win the Super Bowl? Yes, he could during his rookie contract. After he gets paid, I don't think he can win a Super Bowl.
Well, I think that even but okay, Bryce, what I would tell you
one of the
that
worst
is,
teams in the
that
AFC
also
North.
happened with Joe Flacco. When they paid Joe, you guys were in deep shit after that. And he won the Super Bowl before that.
Call. No doubt.
But would you say that he's a Hall of Famer?
You're right.
Would you say that that's a Hall of Fame quarterback? Was he close?
No. I'll tell you what. You know who I wanted to start whenever they drafted Lamar Jackson? I was begging them to start RG3. That's how bad it was.
RG3 could throw, and he wasn't even a great thrower, but he was a decent
We don't need Flacco or Lamar.
The problem, what happened with, I think that RG3
for the Ravens, we won the Super Bowl with Joe Flacco.
The problem with him is that he was just very damageable. You know, he was injury prone, and I also think that he was a little bit soft minded when it came to that. You know, I know that he came from a military family, all that. I've heard that story. I didn't.
We won one with Joe Flacco, bro. We don't need much better. We don't need much better. Give us a good defense. Give us a good roster.
Guys,
give us a guy who doesn't turn the ball over, and let's
Ben
go.
Roethlisberger is a Hall of Famer, and I'm sure he's going to get into the Hall. I don't think he's great, man. I think that system and what the Steelers have done for their entirety of their existence is that's their identity. Play good defense, run the ball. And throw it deep.
Jason, I think you're wrong.
I'm not saying he's not.
I think you're wrong about Big Beard. Right. I think you're right about the past
I know that
guys.
Listen, Ben won freaking what?
All I'm saying is this.
2 Super Bowls.
But there's one thing that makes Ben better than almost everybody. He's better at one thing than anyone in the league. And I know. I've watched Terrell Suggs and Ray Lewis hang all over him and him still kill us.
Bounce off his ass.
You can't. He's so big. And he has such a strong arm. You just know you grab him, you're hanging off him. He's going down and he bluffs at 60 yards down the field to Antonio Brown.
You know what? I'll take a step back on that and tell you he's absolutely a Hall of Famer. Okay. He's absolutely a Hall of Famer. The truth of it is it was the fact that I don't give a shit about the Steelers either.
I hate him. But I watched him kill us.
Well, no, if
he
talk to Ray Lewis
longer than Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Terrell Suggs and
They all
those
hate
guys are going to tell you, fuck that guy. And you know why? You know why? Because he's that
can't
good.
tackle him. You can't tackle him.
Those dudes are going to be like, you know why? Because he kicked our ass too much.
Mm-hmm.
No, he was a winner, man. Straight up winner.
No doubt.
And if Eli's gonna get in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, then he sure better be in there. And Eli is gonna be in the Pro.
Oh
in the
my
Hall.
gosh, does he?
He'll be I don't think twice
for beating Tom Brady once, whatever. Okay, for beating him twice.
Yeah,
he
got credit
like
for
that's
he
one
got
of the only
credit for
guys in the
David
NFL
Tyree.
that it's like
He
could
got
I be
credit
if I
for
could beat
David
anyone
Tyree
up, I might be able to
one of
beat
the
him
greatest
up.
catches in the history of the game. Yeah, I'm gonna
Hey, are we
put
gonna
it
watch
up
this
here
video?
on the
We probably
regular
shouldn't at this
screen
point.
because it's not coming through.
Yeah, they should. We could have been playing it while we were talking right there. That's why I led into that, just in case you could have it playing while we were talking back there, and we can move on to the rankings. We literally got 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I don't know if we're getting to the right. I mean, we could do more than 10. I'll do 30.
Okay,
I
so
don't care.
let's go
30.
ahead and I'm pulling up the recorder. Okay, Bryce, why don't you go ahead and start off with your number 15 guy? Give me a little bit on who that is, and then we'll get into.
Oh, I can't do that. So listen, Jason, I can't do that. So literally, when we're starting this show, I decided to do this. I haven't touched quarterback, so I have to start with one and go down. That's the only way I can do this right now because I can't throw a dart in the middle and say this is going to be 15. So I need help. That's why we're doing this. So let's do this together. So just right off the top, I mean, the number one quarterback has to be one of these three quarterbacks in my mind. It has to be either Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, or Justin Herbert. So one of those guys has to be one. Those are the top three.
So it's got to be Mahomes, Allen, or Herbert.
Or Herbert.
Herbert?
It's got to be. Herbert? I mean, you got Lamar, you got Burrow, but
he is nice. He's a nice player.
Go look at those stats, bro. Herbert broke Mahomes' records. Herbert breaks all-time records for his first 2 years. He's incredible. I almost want to put him number one badly. The only reason I hesitate is because Josh Allen is such a dual threat. He can throw and he can run, and he can run so good. I think Josh Allen's one.
Is it funny that this is called precision?
I think passing? Josh Allen's one, man. When you got a freaking receiver that can out for precision pass a quarterback, yeah, that's you're.
I mean, not for nothing, but you know.
Oh, the MVP quarterback who's starting in the Pro Bowl. We're going to have a precision passing competition, and Davante Adams is going to kick his butt. That's what's about to happen.
This is funny. Okay, folks. So Lamar Jackson will be up first, but we're gonna go on. Okay, so we have to. We're looking at Mahomes, Allen, Herbert,
and Allen. I like Allen. Can you tell me any reason why he's not better than Mahomes and Herbert in fantasy?
Well,
can you give me any excuse
what I would
that
say
changed from
is that
last year
I
to
don't think
this
that
year?
Mahomes got worse. I think that his team did, and so because of the fact that it's not just that they lost Tyreek. First off, I don't think that Tyreek's the greatest thing since sliced cheese at all. I think that he's fast. I think that he's better than a lot of people think he is. But I am not, like these Chiefs fans, delusional into thinking that he is one of the top 2 or 3 receivers in the game. I just do not believe that. He isn't. There's no way he is.
But I will tell you this: he does fit into that offense well.
Because they
compared to other offenses, he fits into that offense.
They have guys like obviously Travis Kelce, who is either the best to ever do it, probably, or pretty damn close. He's better than Gronk. He's better than Gronk.
Yeah, he's one of the best. He's one of the best. But absolutely. I think more than
there's
that,
no two ways around that.
You got Andy Reid, who's one of the best. You got Patrick Mahomes, who has one of the best arms.
No, listen,
incredible arm talent of Patrick Mahomes
has the ability to fit he balls fits into nicely. Places that you shouldn't be able to do that shit with. He reminds me of Steph Curry with
But
a
you take
freaking football in
Tyreek
his
out of
hand.
that offense, you're actually kind of right. I actually
So
feel
that,
that too.
it's
That he kind of
40
changes the game
seconds
a
in.
little
Oh
bit.
no, he
However, you
just
take
finished
away
with
Tyreek
2.
Hill.
Yeah, he got the second one at the very end
2 points. 2.
as time was running out.
Now watch this. We're about to make Kirk Cousins look like an absolute.
Stud, bro. You like that?
Kirk Cousins is
You
about
like
to
that?
look like the greatest football player of all time here in a second.
Oh, you like that?
Oh yeah, bro. We're about to make him look like the best player of all
Lisa
time
was-
after watching Lamar.
That's
Lamar's so sad. Lisa, talk to me, Lamar.
It's so funny. No, I moved it on.
Don't talk to him. Just leave him alone, bro. He's having a bad day. Those people on TikTok, they're like, they're just out
He
there
was like,
having
he wanted to
fun.
go crawl into a
Yeah,
fucking
he looked
rock
like he was having a
right there.
blast.
The dude had a minute and he freaking hit 2 targets. There's targets that are not more than about 7 to 8 yards away.
New Mexico homeowners, are you looking to save some money? Maybe get a tax rebate, cut down on your power bill? At Sunternal Solar, you're a step beyond traditional solar systems. They take a holistic approach to energy use, production, storage, and optimization. Sunternal will evaluate your current energy consumption, taking into account peak periods of use and overall cost, build a 3D advanced model of your home, and empower you with smart equipment and applications so you can stay up to date on the power you're generating and the money you're saving. At Sunternal, our teams have over 2 decades of experience designing, installing, and servicing home energy systems. Simply put, we're the best at what we do. Log on to sunternalsolar.com and you can calculate your savings from month to month off your energy bill, which is huge. Not only that, but you can get information about the federal tax credits and state taxes credits that buy solar now. Don't forget, call Patrick and the guys at Sunternal Solar and tell them that you heard about it from Nobody's Safe. Hey, better yet, you can just click the link in the description and fill out a contact form so Sunternal Solar can get a hold of you. They'll go ahead and set up the perfect time for your solar estimate and make sure that you start saving as soon as possible.
He's terrible. He's terrible, bro. Straight terrible.
Well,
terrible.
but Cousins
Just
didn't. He
terrible.
just blop.
It
This
really
is this is
But what I'm going to tell
greatness
you is,
right
okay,
here.
so what we were getting on TikTok is that, okay, well, a lot of those that, yeah, if there's an actual receiver out there, they can go get balls that ain't perfectly on the money. We're not talking about we're not talking about it being within receiver
So
distance
you
of
made
making
it
it up,
easy.
or responding and making the catch. Look, go back and look, folks, look at the damn video yourself. I'm going to throw it up there
wasn't
for
close.
you whenever you see this. But I'm telling you, this guy wasn't that damn close. And if you watch Landry after that, Landry, when he missed it, those were balls. Those were balls that a receiver could have made up the difference and went and made a grab. Which is, look, you have to expect that that's going to happen in the league. And even with the best of them, even the best armed guys don't have that forever. Look at Peyton at the end of his career. He couldn't throw it from here to there, I mean, he could still dissect the defense and do what they had to do.
No doubt.
But Peyton wasn't. I mean, that was sad to watch him play that long. But he won a Super Bowl his last season. It's insanity. But he did it.
Yeah.
Again, what I would tell you is that there's a reason why Bryce is saying what he's saying. Is that no, this guy is not a true quarterback that's going to carry you to a Super Bowl. I do not believe that Lamar Jackson is going to win a Super Bowl as a quarterback. Now, if you put him in situationally at quarterback and you have him where he has his hands on the ball a lot, being a receiver or whatever, yeah, he would be. I think the guy is that kind of athlete that he is dynamic enough that he could do whatever the hell he wanted. He's one of the best athletes I've ever seen.
He is one of the best athletes in the league. He's not an NFL quarterback.
No.
Yeah, no. Absolutely. Not an NFL quarterback. At this point in the NFL, he's not an NFL quarterback. Maybe he is one day. Maybe the
I
league
think
goes
that they
to
are.
this
I think that what they're
heavy
even
quarterback
then,
play. I don't know.
there's going to come a
He's not
point
right
in the
now.
game because of defenses being as good as they are. Because here's what happened. And this is what I would tell you is we were looking at them stats a few minutes ago before we came on the air. As a rookie, what did he do? Nothing much. But if you look at, he as his first year as a starter, he wins
Sophomore,
the
he
MVP.
won the MVP.
But only with, what did he have? 3,127 yards. I mean, that's a crappy year for a quarterback throwing the ball. But he had 36 touchdowns to 6 interceptions.
But it was all.
And then he also added how many rushing touchdowns?
Probably a bunch, man.
Let me see. It was
Rushing, he had an additional 7 touchdowns.
Okay.
An additional
that's
1,200 yards.
Listen, that's MVP caliber. You counted for 43 touchdowns.
Oh, no one's denying that. He had
And
an incredible season.
they were the number 1 seed. They got beat in the first game of the playoffs.
By Vrabel.
Yeah, listen.
I mean, good defensive coordinator that watches film, you're going to get your butt kicked. Right,
and that's the point of it, is that there's guys that I believe that they're going to be great in the regular season. And to be honest with you, I'm at that point, I know that Aaron Rodgers is great, but what the hell has he done aside from be great during the regular season?
Green Bay is not a place that people necessarily want to go play, and I don't think they've done a good job of putting a team around him. Now, that's another thing is they have to pay him every year.
On the face of it, what you just said is ridiculous.
Okay, tell me why.
Aaron Jones. They've had guys like Davante. You know what? Just because they went to UTEP or just because they went to Fresno State doesn't mean they're not good. You know what? That tells you how good a GM is, that he knows to go other places than fucking Alabama.
Here's the deal. Okay, so check this out. So think about this. You got Aaron Jones. How much better was Aaron Jones than Jamal Williams? How much better?
He's been
not much.
He's been 1,000-yard rusher every year, and he's had at least 500 or 600 yards receiving every year. This guy has been damn good.
So pretend this. Pretend we take Aaron Jones and we put him on another team and he never played for the Packers and Jamal Williams was all they ever had. We wouldn't miss Aaron Jones on that offense. Jamal Williams, yeah. We wouldn't miss him.
I think you're foolish.
Because Jamal Williams is a good running back too.
He's not better than Aaron Jones.
He's not. I'm not saying he is, but what I'm telling you is when you put him with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, everybody performs better, including Davante Adams.
He had more rushing yards.
Including.
No. Okay, first off, wait a minute. Because that's the other thing is what has happened over the years, and it's particularly with the Alabama deal, is that you've got Alabama and LSU have pumped out these ridiculous receivers. And you know why? Because they run SEC country, or at least the Louisiana area. South Texas, Louisiana. That's Alabama and LSU territory. Okay? All those great receivers from there, DK Metcalf, OBJs of the world, Landry, all those cats came from that area. All of them. Some of them went to Alabama. Some of them went to LSU. But they were all really good. Aside from that, though, there's been a lot of really good receivers from other places up until this point, until these last 10 or 12 years, where you've got guys like Julio Jones and you've got guys like, even Amari Cooper and so on and so forth that have come out of Alabama, OBJ, Terrence Marshall, all these kids coming out of LSU now, Landry, those guys. I mean, these guys are really good receivers. Now, being said, though, you know why they're good? Because they're big and because they're fast. And some of them are both.
So how big and how fast is Davante Adams? Tell me that.
He's big. He's a big guy.
6'3". That's fine. How fast?
Dude, he runs.
Go to his combine.
He's a 4'5" guy.
I doubt it. No, he's not. I think he's 4'5" or 4'6".
Okay, Davante Adams combine times.
But 6'3" is not incredibly big. So he's not fast.
That's not fast.
Not in the NFL. You know it's not. Brian Urlacher was a freaking linebacker who ran a 4.4.
He was a Hall of Famer too.
Okay, Davante Adams isn't, and that's what my point is.
I don't know that Davante Adams
He might be because of Aaron. No, he probably will. He will be.
Listen,
he will be. But he is because Aaron Rodgers is going to put him in there.
No, he's not, because he's not playing for him anymore.
We're going to find out then. And he's going to do fine with Derek Carr. He's not going to be
Derek
Davante
Carr got
Adams
into
anymore.
the damn league.
You're right. But if he went to any other team, I wish he went to any other team in the National Football League so I could prove that this guy is not Hall of Fame material. I don't think he's good.
Why is it that you don't think
owes
he's
his Hall of
good?
Fame
Have you
to
not
Davante
watched this guy catch
Aaron
the
Rodgers.
football?
A ton. I have watched so much. And the thing about it is, one, that ball is always right in the right spot. He doesn't deal with stuff like Calvin Johnson. He doesn't deal with stuff like some of these guys that make these incredible.
Yeah, but
he
you've
deals
also
with
told me
Aaron
that you don't
Rodgers
think that
problems,
DK
and that you
Metcalf
are
is good,
wide
and that guy
open.
catches everything everywhere.
I don't necessarily. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll take DK Metcalf any day
so
over
would I.
Davante Adams.
So
I
would
don't
I.
believe he's as good as I don't think he's as good as the people think he is. Like, he's athletic and he was drafted super high. He was drafted over a lot of good receivers. But I'm
He
telling
went
you, DK
third
Metcalf
round.
is a better receiver than
Okay,
Davante
yeah.
Adams.
Okay. Yeah.
Did he go third round? No, DK Metcalf went higher than third
DK
round. I think he went
Metcalf. Round 2.
okay. So we were right in the middle
Right.
where we both
Yeah,
put him.
but and that was with him having a broken neck in college.
Where'd
He went to
Davante
Fresno
Adams go?
State.
No, I know that, but where'd he go in the draft? And I think there was like 5 receivers who were recruited higher than him. Like, that's what I'm saying is the Packers, one, they always draft
Well,
late
he was
because they
definitely at
always
least
beat
a
up their
second rounder,
division.
because that was something that they were.
I think
It
it
was
was like
something that
third
they
or
were
fourth,
talking about.
bro.
It was round 2, pick 21 in the round 2,
Was it? Okay.
2014.
No, good call. Either way, all I'm saying is this guy wasn't.
They had him
What am I
good.
trying
They
to
had
say?
him rated
Okay,
as
here's what I'm
he
trying
would
to say.
become a good
The
starter within
Packers-
2 years. That was the scouting report.
The Packers dominate their division every single year. They don't get the highest
Yeah,
draft
and that's
picks
why
that
I'm telling
these
you
other
that
guys
is
do.
when
And
we're
it's
talking about
largely
quarterbacks
because
and
of Aaron
everybody gives all that love to Aaron Rodgers. Everybody loves to talk shit about the Green Bay front office. I think they're wrong. I think that scouting department is among the best there is, period. They made Mike McCarthy look like he was a good coach for a long time.
No doubt. But Aaron Rodgers did, in my opinion. But let me tell you something. I want you to think about this because you're a 49ers fan. What happened when y'all lost Montana and Young? Because that's what happened. Y'all had Brett Favre, and then you have Aaron Rodgers. Let's see what happens. They don't have a good roster. They have Aaron Rodgers, and they had Brett Favre.
I would tell you that they had Davante Adams until this year.
Davante Adams isn't that
I think
good.
that Aaron
That's what we're
Jones
gonna
is a
find
lot
out.
better than you
I
give
can't
him
wait.
credit for. I mean, if you look at what he's done where is he on your list, bro?
Oh, he's
Yeah.
high.
So
He's real
you're telling me that he's not good, but he's going to get a lot of yards, which means he gets a lot of points.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's not good.
Because
I'm
he's
saying
a dual running
all I'm
back.
saying is that
He's
he's
a
in
lot
that
better to me
offense.
than Zeke
Yeah,
Elliott.
absolutely. I'm telling you, he's not much better than Jamal Williams. That's what I'm telling you. Jamal Williams is a good running back.
Okay,
I'm
well,
pretty high on Jamal
so
Williams. I watched
what
him
I
play
would
in real
tell you
life.
is that the Packers drafted both of them.
They did. And they were planning on starting Jamal, and Aaron Jones outplayed him. Aaron Jones is better than Jamal. And he's high on a fantasy skill because he plays with Aaron
Sure.
Rodgers in
Hey,
that
and they're
Packers
dynamic.
offense, who also Amon Green played. Name all the running backs that went to Green Bay since Aaron Rodgers has
Amon
been there.
Green played
There
with
ain't-
Brett
I mean,
Favre, bro.
all of
What are
them
you talking
performed.
about?
Brett Favre. I'm saying the same crap. Name players that played in that organization. How great were they? But they all look great. They all put up fantasy numbers. It's not them.
I think it's more than
I
just.
think it's
Listen,
the quarterback.
I think
play.
that you give quarterbacks too much credit and too much
I do.
hate. Too much hate.
100%. I do.
I think that they're either great or they suck. And I think that there's always going to be somewhere in between. And I think that
Derek Carr is in
Listen,
between. Derek
listen,
Carr is somewhere in
I
between.
would tell you that some of these guys are. I think that it's been proven that Russell Wilson is not elite. That like everybody thought he was.
He's elite.
Bro,
oh my god!
When he was
that
great,
guy is elite.
when he was great,
we're about to find
was
out.
when they had a great running back, and a great defense,
on his rookie contract. And now he gets.
I will say that
roster.
he
like,
did
he
it with
he
did it without DK Metcalf. He had Doug Baldwin was his best receiver. So
that's what I'm telling you. Some of these guys don't care who's on their team. Like he was still good even when his team sucked. They were still winning games and competing.
Let him cook. I get it. I listen. I get it. And I'm not.
He's great.
Maybe he's more of an elite than I. Okay, so where are we at on our top three? You're going with Allen first. Allen's number one.
Josh Allen won. Who do you like, Mahomes. Herbert or Mahomes?
I would be Mahomes.
And I'm Herbert, man.
Okay,
and you
fine.
can flip flop them.
These are yours.
So
these are your rankings,
Herbert,
not mine.
The reason I know. Okay, and right now I'm Herbert. I may flip flop that. My problem is you lose Tyreek Hill.
No, well, but McCole Hardman is almost
Herbert
as fast.
Gets the same offense, so I feel more. I know, but we've seen that offense without Tyreek before with just McCole, and it's not that great. It's good. It's not great. And I think whenever you keep in Justin Herbert, you have familiarity. So sometimes I don't draft guys because I think they're better. Sometimes I draft guys because I'm like, okay, nothing changed. I'm good.
Situational though.
But well, is that floor is?
So that's why you're winning though,
Patrick
right?
Mahomes' floor is
because you are able to
low floor.
Back off of somebody or whatever, right? I mean, I get that. That makes sense.
And Mahomes is number 3, but just his floor is lower.
Okay, so that's your top 3. Who's your number 4?
Definitely.
I want to know who your 4 through 7 are.
I mean, so 4 and 5 are between 2 guys, man. 2 guys. It's probably going to be 3. Well, Lamar's up there.
Okay.
Lamar
because
might
of the
be
fact
number 4.
that he gets a lot of rushing yards.
Joe Burrow's up.
Yeah, and rushing touchdowns for that matter.
My only problem is if they pay him, I might move him
Burrow?
down. If he plays on a franchise tag, and I got Russell Wilson up there too, man. Now, Kyler Murray's a dark horse. I just don't know what to do with Kyler Murray right now because, of the contract problems and all that stuff. So there's the 4. There's the next tier. So you got Lamar, Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, and Russell Wilson.
Okay.
And we got to rank them somehow.
If I would be ranking these guys on who's going to win games, so I would be ranking them Burrow number 1 there. He would be at number 4 for me. But I as I said, I know that that's not possibly
Super Bowl hangover.
But I also think that
he's
got probably, if not the best receiver in the game or the receiving tandem in the game. Bro,
he's got the best receivers in the league.
Tyler Boyd.
3 of them.
I didn't
Tyler
think
Boyd
of him
ain't no
either.
joke
That
either.
dude's a stud. A straight up stud.
I love Tyler Boyd. He could be a wide receiver 1, he was. And then all of a sudden 2 guys walked in and took his job, and now he's a slot.
Yeah, I think he's going to. So
I love Tyler Boyd.
Listen,
absolutely, I love him.
And they're still good at running back. I don't know. T.
Higgins.
And listen,
Jamar
the
Chase.
one thing, what I would tell you as far as arm talent is concerned, do I think that Joe Burrow's as good as some of these other guys? No way. What I think that Joe Burrow has that other people do not.
Me neither.
Is swag that you can't get it in a bucket. You can't. The dude balls out. He's not afraid of shit. Whatever it was that he found out when he left Ohio State, that was the best thing that ever happened to him. It loosened him up.
I don't hate Joe Burrow there.
But
I'll probably
I'm saying that as a non-fantasy football guy. As a fantasy guy, I might take Lamar because of the fact that
but you're right.
that he's going to end up, even if if it's last year and he has 16 touchdowns. How many rushing touchdowns did he have last year? Okay, so that's still not a very good season.
Last year, I think he had 6.
For even fantasy,
I can double check it real quick. No, he only had 2.
So this is a poor season. So again, okay.
Year before he had 7.
Not only,
and the year before
I know
that,
he's been a fantasy stud. Is he still, bro?
Exactly. And that's what I was about to say. Like, we have one more year of film on him. One more year of film.
That's the case.
I don't think he's a guy that can adjust.
He won the Heisman as a sophomore and got way worse after that.
And they can't pay that roster. Yeah, I think it's Joe Burrow, and then I think it's Kyler Murray. If Kyler Murray plays, I think it is, bro. Kyler Murray has an incredible roster, and he can run too.
The guy was a center fielder. He would throw darts from the warning track. I think it is too.
I think it's Kyler Murray, and then I think it's debatable. I think you put Lamar over Russell. So Burrow, Murray, Lamar, Russell. Right now, this might change before it hits TikTok.
And that's one thing. I mean, look, you want your fantasy guru to be pliable and not get stuck on anything. This is his thought right now until he thinks otherwise. I'm going to tell you his record as a fantasy guy in both kind of leagues, whether they're legacy leagues or they're otherwise dynasty leagues or redrafting every year, he wins all the time. He's always in the money, always. So, and there's a reason for that. Now, again, I would warn people that, what did you say? You're not drafting a quarterback until the 9th round. I didn't.
I'm not getting any of these guys.
There's a guy last year that we sat there, and after I had talked to you, I said, what do you think I ought to do? And you're like, don't pick a quarterback until like the 8th or 9th round. And I was like, I had to think about it, and I was like, hey, I think he's right. So I'm talking about it there with my nephew and another guy, and little did I know the other guy had the first pick of the draft, and I mean I didn't go till like 12. I was the last pick, so I got to double up. That was fine too. But
sorry, I thought you meant 12th round. I was like, good. If you got a quarterback in the 12th, good job.
Oh no, I was the 12th pick. But hold on. Listen, I loaded my team up by doing that. I went running back, receiver, running back. I just kept going there.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
Load up with those guys. And
running backs get hurt,
bro,
dude.
I started off the season 5-0, went through some shit and stopped paying attention to it and went 0-5. But only because I wasn't paying attention to it. Yeah, I was that guy. It was terrible.
Don't be that. Well, you give me your login name this year. We'll make sure that.
But listen, again, the drafting order, it mattered. This guy was sitting there and he was like, yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do it. And he picks Mahomes first pick.
That guy, I want him in my league every single
I knew he was going to suck real bad. He did. He was terrible. And listen, I mean, I don't even remember who he was. He didn't do shit. He picked Mahomes first. I was like,
oh, you wait on Mahomes till the 9th round. If he ain't there, then you pick someone else.
Listen, I mean, I could see going 7th round if you really think you have to have that quarterback or something. And you've already loaded yourself up with receivers and stuff. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But to go 1st round, what are we doing? This is not, it's not.
You still don't pick them 7th round, by the way. You have a hard rule. I have a few hard rules. 9th round, I'm taking one quarterback unless I need to.
Right.
And then beyond that, you draft your kicker in the last round. You draft your defense the round before that. And those are the rules. You follow and you draft best available player.
Guys, I hope everybody is paying attention to all of this stuff. Okay. And you better continue to pay attention on TikTok. If you're not following, I know you guys screw around on TikTok. Everybody does. I can waste an hour on TikTok like that. It pisses me off that I do it, but I'll do it. In fact, I'll get off of this fucking podcast in a minute and I will be on TikTok dicking around. It's a waste of, it's a freaking waste of time. Okay. Yeah. So pay attention to all that kind of stuff. And again, folks, I'm going to ask you again, please, please, please. We know you're watching the video. The videos are getting I mean, I can look at the view time and the view numbers. The views are up. The views are great. What is it with you folks that you can't hit the damn like and subscribe buttons? I mean, is it just, I mean, what, you obviously like it. You keep coming back and I can track you. I know who you are. Okay. I know how to do that. So hit the freaking button. Please. Shit.
You need to start saying this at the beginning of the show.
I know. And, hey, listen, I can add this shit in whenever I want. I'm also a great editor.
Yeah. You know what? Cut that out and put that at the beginning. Okay. Matter of fact, do that. Hey, listen, though.
I know we're out of time.
And I love that we're out of time. Let me tell you that I love that we're out of time, Jason, because you know what that means? Go follow me on TikTok if you want to know
Hey,
the
and
rest
that's a
of my
great
rankings.
deal. Yeah, right now we
what
got
do we
it
have?
2-7.
6.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
We got 7.
We've got Kyle.
I'll tell you at number 8 won't be...
Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, number 3, Joe Burrow, number 4, Kyler Murray, number 5, Lamar, number 6, and Russell Wilson, number 7. So those are obviously some of those are going to move one to the other. And I mean, hell, I could see some of these guys moving up 2 or 3 spots, just depending on where it is. But I think that's his top tier. Yeah.
So how my rankings are right now, if you want to know, and this is very little touching it. I got Josh Allen, Herbert, Mahomes. I do have Murray. Yeah. On this list, I have Lamar.
But and again, I still feel like, and I gotta say this before we get off there anyway, is that there's a reason why we were arguing so vehemently with you jerk offs today. Okay, I'm sorry, you TikTok guys are weird, bro. You Lamar Jackson freaking weirdos are weird. How do you not see what you're watching? And did you see, folks, get on there and look at these comments. The shit that they were saying in defense of Lamar Jackson and just, I mean, hey man, as I said, I had to go in and help my boy because it was like, what, huh? I'm watching it too. You know, I had never seen this video before that. And I was like, holy shit. But seriously, it's like they don't see what they don't see what they don't see.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts.
Folks, well, I don't know what this is all about. If anything, we got to troll on Lamar a little bit and on Weirdo TikTok fan. What is wrong with you guys?
Nobody was safe today.
Cuckoos.
We trolled on each other today. You weren't even safe today.
You have some weird stuff.
I haven't been safe all.
Never, bro. All right, man. Folks, we appreciate it. Keep on coming back and share us. Our numbers are up. I appreciate that. Keep getting out there to talk about Otis Taylor if you would. We appreciate it.